All right, so I want to actually cover this situation right here, and basically, my defensive assignment was able to get a wide open shot, right? And I want to cover exactly how it is that he got that shot. Now, here's me, obviously, and basically, what I do, I zone a lot, right? So I typically, unless my defensive assignment has the ball, I sag off him. Sometimes I'll be all the way just right outside of the paint, usually. And due to the fact that my player is 6'11", extremely fast with a wide wingspan, I can cover a lot of ground in case my man does get open. He just looks open, but he's not open because my player is so large and fast, right? About Giannis size. Now, so when he comes down, due to the fact that I'm zoning, I'm able to cut him off, right? I'm able to prevent him from getting a good look at the basket. And I have to zone all the time because the algorithm is they always allow computers team to get wide the hell open. I mean, it always happens. Like how you just hit this screen right here. You have to try to use a pick on computer like a few times for the most part before it actually works, especially if you're playing on Hall of Fame, right? At least for it to work as thoroughly as it did right here. He just had an easy bucket. So this is why I always have to zone, right? So now once I'm able to do that, I'm able to stop him. What I want to do is I want to get back out here because now I know what he's going to try to pass him the ball, but I could not go. I couldn't make it through this angle right here for obvious reasons. So now what I do is I try to go around the back end. Now watch this, what happens right here. Promise you, if this hadn't happened, I would have made it to him. He would have not gotten a wide open shot. The algorithm, they programmed it to capitalize off the nuanced moments throughout the game. Those little pocket moments, those little milliseconds, little split seconds, they matter so much in basketball, but they operate within those nuanced moments in order to play you out of certain opportunities. So right here, you can see I decided as soon as I got ready to take off, as soon as I took off, right when the ball touches his hand, you can see my guy, just that little moment right there where he's moving and boom, it's like he freezes, right? It's like he runs into that invisible barrier I always talk about. And then he's forced to do a little stutter step. And what that does is what? It gives computer the wide open shot. Now we know that in 2K, you could just get right here in this area, right? You could just get right here in this area, right there where I have the cursor at, and that would prevent him from having a wide open shot. It would at least be like a 10% coverage or something like that. Now, if I'm able to get in this area and actually put a hand up, that's like what, a 30% coverage, right? So you see what I'm getting at? That little moment right there, that little moment where I'm forced to stop and then I'm forced to do that little stutter step is more than enough to get computer a wide open shot. And understand something, that's not accidental. I always talk about the invisible force fields, right? When you're running and it's like you just stop, like you run into a wall or something like that. Notice how it only happens in moments where you don't need it to happen the most, right? That lets you know the convenience of when it happens, lets you know that it's not an accident, right? You're not just going to be sprinting up and down the court freely, just loosely for no reason, doing nothing, and then you run into a force field. You run into an invisible wall. You just stop running. Or you start to jerk. You're not going to do that if you're just running around, roaming around freely, and there's no purpose in it. It only happens in moments where you're trying to close out on a jump shot, or you're trying to chase down a loose ball. You're trying to get a rebound. You're trying to chase somebody down that's about to get an open layup. It only happens in those moments, man, those key moments. Once again, the convenience of when that happens lets you know it is not a mistake. It's not just a part of the game fucking up. No, the game is programmed to force you to stop. In certain instances where you have opportunity to block a shot or whatever the case may be, pick up a loose ball. The game does that to you in those specific moments, man. It does it to you in those specific moments. Just look at where I'm at by the time he got the ball up to his hand, right? Now imagine, you see the space between me and him, right? Now imagine if that little stutter step and pause did not happen, right? I would have been I wouldn't have blocked it, but I would have been in a good enough position to put some sort of intimidation on it, right? Get what I'm saying? Those little moments, the little moments is what they capitalize off of to cheat the user, because for the most part, people are not going to catch it. Nobody cares enough to really even notice it, right? But let's play it all the way through one more time, and then I'm going to wrap this video up. All right. Step up, try to switch back out, and you see the moment. You can see the moment where he stutters, where he stops, where he stops and then he stutters, right? You see that, right? Get it again, get closer. Even the camera is fucked up in 22. Boom, you see it, and it seems insignificant, but it really is not insignificant at all. They know exactly what they were doing. And now I got my bottle of liquor in the way and shit. But that'll do it for this video. Peace.